Hey guys, have you ever imagined taking centre stage on a famous musical? Well, today's very special VIP pass takes us backstage to catch up with some young stars who are doing just that. Let's meet the Matildas of Matilda, the musical, based on the book by Roald Dahl.
Matilda is a tiny, feisty, slightly runty person and a very unlikely hero.
She is also very bright and she loves to read. She's a little bit of mischief and she's a little bit naughty. Really brave, like on a scale of 1 to 10, she's probably 10. I like everything about her, really. She's just such an amazing character and she's a massive role model for younger kids too.
It's like really laser beams shooting out of your arms as you do it. Pow! Zap!
Matilda is a story about a little girl called Matilda who's a genius, who ends up being able to do magic, who saves her teacher from a despotic aunt who happens to be the school headmistress. And in the end, Miss Honey saves Matilda from her despotic parents, and they live happily ever after, as far as we know.
I think Matilda is a pretty extraordinary character. It's a huge part. And we wanted to make sure that the steeliness but the vulnerability of that character was portrayed. She needs to be able to sing amazingly. She needs to be able to hold the stage. She needs to be able to convey a huge amount of emotions and go through a real journey. But there's a steeliness to that girl and a determination to that girl, which requires a maturity. There are regulations to do with how many hours they can work and how many performances they can do in a week. So you have to work with different teams of children. You can't just work with one Matilda, you have to work with 4 Matildas.
I'm 11. I'm 11. I'm 11. And I'm 10. Like, the whole creative team taught us about who she is and what we're supposed to look like. And if I just think about Matilda the character, I just get into the zone immediately. Yeah. Well, we have something called a Matilda mask, and so we'll put that on and we'll be Matilda. We'll like become her character, and to do that we sort of have to focus and we're not jumping around or anything, and we have to be very serious all the time and we're not allowed to smile.
So girls, all that work that we did on Saturday about your vowel sounds in this song is really coming along. Now I need to put the ends on the words as well. You've got to have red the 3 times that you say it, as well as head, head, head.
Because we've spoken Australian for so long and that transition is normally a bit hard to get from Australian, and you normally find yourself just naturally speaking Australian when you don't even know it. And sometimes we do exercises like sound, so say I instead of I, and A, and like different sounds like O, A, I, normally the vowels.
Good, think about your jaw relaxing as you do it. Let's do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Relax your half and go. Jaw. Relax, good.
We'll always sit down with our script and we'll get all different coloured highlighters, and for each sound, like if it's an at sound, we'll have a pink highlighter for that, and we'll go through and highlight all of the sounds, and then we'll read them back and I'll look at them, and that's the one I need to pronounce for the out sound or the S sound. I find that getting all the right shapes and getting the right accent, like, because sometimes it's too posh, it can be too Aussie. Let's go to Australian and you're a bit nasally, you're not really doing it properly, missing your T's, you're not saying things right. We're a bit lazy. But then when you're English, you're all very particular about everything, and the t and the k, and everything is so all particular, and then you're all very open, and then you can't be too posh, you can't be too cockney, you have to be somewhere in the middle, which is, yeah. That's how we sort of learnt it.
Well, it's interesting casting kids in musicals because often what you're looking for is a smiley, bright, outgoing, very kind of kiddish sort of person. But with Matilda, it's kind of the opposite, really. You're looking for somebody who can convince as an adult.
It's pretty cool because it's like a completely different person to who I am. I'm jumpy and I'm bouncy and I'm bubbly, whereas Matilda would never be that kind of person.
So this is Bella.
High five.
This is Molly.
Hello.
This is Georgia.
Hello.
And this is Sasha.
Sasha, how are you?
Good.
Ready to train?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it, eh? So this is good for your balance.
Boxing training is for being to be tough, and especially when we're in naughty, because we have to sing as well as being really tough.
This is called a left jab. You go left hand, with a breathing. Perfect. Good work. Turn your hips.
I'm pretty sure we boxed because it helped with our sounds, like we were going ha, 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 ha.
Okay, rest. All right, let's go. Got some punching gloves for you here, girls.
She's not the 5-year-old you would expect her to be. She's really grown up. She's got a lot of strength and a lot of power. Boxing was just something we could do to get into Matilda's character. Her words are like punches. As an example, at one point we say, "Leave him alone, you big fat bully."
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Leave him alone! One by one. Off you go, Georgia.
Leave him alone, you big fat bully!
Okay, Molly, your turn.
Leave him alone, you big fat bully! I like being tough. It's fun. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing
1,
will
2,
change.
3. Heat, heat, heat.
Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You must let a little thing like little stop you. Kick it around and let them get on top you. Might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. There's obviously always going to be nerves when you're about to perform, but then the excitement just takes over and it's just such a fun experience, and you can connect with the adults and and the kids. Like nerves this, excitement this. So when I'm backstage, I'm always saying random things because I'm thinking, and then that sort of gets my nerves off it. And then when I'm just about to go on stage, it sort of gets back to me and I'm like, ah! And then I'm on stage and I'm like, no going back now. And then you sort of just like deep breath. And then you just appear and you're like, yep, this is gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. But you get more used to it as it goes on. Probably the thing that makes me nervous is when I first come out of the tables in Miracle, the first thing I can see the whole audience. So it takes a minute just to get used to 2,000 people here to see Matilda. Everybody else